Hey there folks, this is me on the second drop on the Allt Chaorainn, which is called Ecstasy in Glen Etive. I'm just going to run through some tips and tricks that help me get down and you might find them useful too. Okay, so I'm indicating here a low water run. Now the small arrow on the left, there's a crease in the rock, you can see the level here, and then the big arrow on the right, there is no water coming over the lip here. Now this will change when I show you a medium water run, and there's a reason why I'm showing the difference. I'll explain shortly. This is me coming to the start of Ecstasy. It's the longest drop, but more of a slide on the trip. A lot of this slide, like others, is gravity assisted. In other words, keystrokes and key lines will get you down. So talking about keystrokes, the white arrow here indicates where I'll be placing my left blade to help a pivot turn that will line me up for the start of the slide. Okay, so I've paused it here and I'm showing 1, 2 and 3 significant hazards in my opinion. So the first one, number 1, there's a slight drop. Number 2 is a downstream diagonal cushion wave with a teacup eddy guarding it. And this is like a sand bunker on a golf course. You don't want to be caught in that. And number 3 is a smaller drop with a very sticky hole. This will come into play in medium run, which you'll see shortly. In a low water run like this, my weight, speed and gravity is enough to get me over the first drop, and indeed most of the drops, by just steering and following my line. However, in the medium run, I need to put in more strokes, and I'll show you them just shortly. So I've got my right hand blade in here, positive pressure on the blade, and I'm using that as a rudder to move my boat over to the left hand side of the burn. Now I'm just going to come off the drop here and watch my right hand blade. It comes off the lip, straight away as soon as I can, contact, back of the blade, and I'm just going to convert it into a forward power stroke, but I'm still keeping a connection on the water surface. There's the blend through, a little bit of drag, but I've got a stable platform. There's the blend into a forward power stroke. So I've come up with this equation. Low speed times chaotic water equals tippy tippy. Blade times contact equals stability ability. In other words, keep your blades in the water, keep positive contact. As soon as you take a blade out the water, you're going to be more exposed and more likely to capsize or be out of control. So think about keeping your blades on the water, on the surface, in contact with positive pressure. This is the downstream diagonal cushion with the sticky teacup eddy on the right. So number 1 is indicating my line, number 2 is indicating the teacup eddy. So what I'm looking to do here is to graze the little ledge rock on the left hand side with the left hand side of my boat. My right paddle blade comes into play with a semi-rear sweep on the right to keep my nose pointing down for the next drop. So at the top of this slide, I pointed out 1, 2 and 3 hazards. This is the third hazard. It's a little drop, it's very sticky in medium levels, but with my weight, speed and gravity, I can generally negotiate it without much of a problem. Although I have used my left-hand blade as a support brake, positive pressure and active blade recovery. Let's put it all together and see what it's like from the top and normal speed. this time in medium levels. Okay, so let's remind us of a low water run and the levels. The arrow on the left and the arrow on the right. Specifically the one on the right, there is no water lapping over the rock. This medium level indicates the same rock on the right, but there's water going over it. Okay, so the plan and principles are still the same. I'm presenting my left blade to the same pivot point at the left here, but I'm really boofing it, it's vertical, and I'm poking away from the actual pivot ledge to give me enough speed and acceleration off that drop. Now as I come off this drop, I come into a couple of little auto boofs, and here it's activating now, that just auto boofs me over the first hazard. And I'm lining myself up for the second downstream diagonal cushion hazard, and this is where it goes all wrong. So I think analysing this myself, I've came in too fast and or not using enough directional steering. So what happens here, I start to lose the nose of my boat once we start moving. But more importantly, number 3 indicates that teacup eddy that is super sticky. And there's no way of getting out of it, certainly from my point of view, and where the orange little boat shape is, that's where you're going to be turning 360 until somebody pulls you out, or you're very lucky and you get yourself out. But me, in this occasion, I'm getting pulled out. So the nose is diving to the right. I've lost the height off the cushion wave. I'm going to hit the rock here. I'm almost stranded like a beached whale. But the safety team's not that far away. I'm sliding back into the teacup eddy, and I'll start to do rotations. Now, if I do nothing, I might end up capsizing. So I'm going to try and use positive pressure, keeping the boat spinning, using forward, and there was me just on my right blade, still positive pressure, but I'm thinking I can get out of this. I want to try and do a self-rescue. Right hand blade to try and dig myself out. Here's another right hand blade, but it's not deep enough. It's so elevated. I'm going against the clockwise direction of the swirling eddy. It's very shallow, but thankfully my bestos are on hand. And unfortunately, I've just shows you how quickly you slip back. Oops. And I'm being verbal to Jason here, and I'm saying to him, listen, I'll get you in the next time round. So let me rotate round. And there's me putting in that rotation on the right-hand side, positive pressure. I know my safety's there. I'm being cool, calm, as best as I can, collective, trying to slow that rotation down, presenting the bow of the boat to him. And he's going to pull me out. I won't let you go through that pain. Okay, so I'm out. I'm ready to get back on. And it's going to get a lot worse. I'm on the wrong side. There's little or no current. I can't get a blade stroke in. I'm going to fall into the wrong side with another teacup eddy on the right. As sticky as hole can get. And I need to call my bestos again. It goes wrong. It can go wrong. You need to make sure you've got your safety on point. Okay, let's see what happens. So I'm coming off this sort of a rock ledge into the last of the 3 hazards. I know it's going to be sticky. I know I'm on the wrong side. So as I come off the right hand side here, the bow drops, it caresses a stone, and it fires me left into the sticky hole. There's a stone, boom, left. No speed, no angle, nothing to go on, and I'm in the sticky hole at the bottom, and I know I can't get out. So I'm on my right hand side blade, downstream side, sculling, supporting, forward paddling. I'm trying to keep that blade active. I'm trying to pull out At this stage, I know I'm not going to go anywhere. Now, I know what's coming up soon. The boat's going to rotate round and I'm going to end up on my left blade. However, my bestos are behind me. They can see me stuck. I'm stuck and I'm being verbal here in a nice way. So I know they've got a throw rope. All I need is a wee tug out and I should come out. Now you can see how much I'm trying to dig out here. It's elevated, it's sticky, it's recycling back. It's tough as. But stay composed. Oh, that was almost a mistake. Going left hand blade there. Stay composed, stay calm. Stick to your sort of safety drills and you should be okay. Now at this stage here, I'm looking at my bestos. I need a rope. I'm falling back even more deeper into the hole. Here's the look. Here's the eyeball. I need 5 or 10 seconds more so Jason can get into place. I'm really stuck now. But not in a bad way. I'm still okay, I'm composed. Looking back, there he's got his throw bag ready. He'll need 2 or 3 more seconds. Hanging tough. Oops, going deeper. Aerated water. Now, 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 now. Here's the rope. You know what's going to happen. Here's the bag. There's a catch. Oh, butterfingers. I'm going to catch it now. I've got it. Now, a little tug and the boat starts to rotate round the other way, which I'm ready for. I've got one hand in the blade shaft, one in the rope. I'm going to do a wee capsize here, but I'm ready for it. Downstream blade on the left. There's the support. Here's a semi-roll up. I've let go of the rope, but I'm out enough. I'm on my back blade. Reverse, reverse, reverse on the back blade. Keep focused. Keep reversing. Almost out. That's me out. So that just shows you, on a medium water level, you think you're going to be okay, and disaster strikes. You line up wrong, you get the wrong speed, and you've been caught up in the teacup eddies. Anyway, let's look at it from a positive point of view, and nobody hurt, nobody swimming, and it was just a poor execution of that line slide. It happens. Okay, let's finish off on a positive note. I hope you enjoyed that. Slightly longer, I've babbled on a little bit, but I wanted to get some key points over. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. Make sure you've got your safety on point, you've got people on the bank, they know what to do, you know what to do, and paddle safe, paddle within your ability. I'll see you in the river sometime, and I hope you enjoyed this. Catch you later. Adios.